Okay, hello. In this short video, I'm just going to explain how to use the Jupyter, how to open and use the Jupyter Notebook system. So, Jupyter is part of a suite of packages called Anaconda. So, to open Anaconda, you click the Anaconda icon. On a Mac, it would be in the Applications window. On a Windows machine, you'll find it after the Start button. So, once Anaconda opens, it might give you a warning message like this. Don't worry about that. You can just ignore it. We don't want to use Anaconda. We want to use Jupyter. So Jupyter is this one here. So if we press launch, that will open Jupyter for us. Okay. Jupyter opens in a browser window like this one here. And what we have here is just a normal Explorer window with all the directories in your computer, and in particular in the home directory of your computer. So you want to store your notebook somewhere sensible, so navigate to a sensible location to store your notebook and open it. In particular, I'm going to go to Documents. Then you see in here I've got a module called GAT Teaching, so that stands for Gareth's Teaching. And then in here I have a module called SOR1020 2020, which is the name of this module followed by the year. Okay. I can create my Jupyter notebook in here, so I just say new Python 3, and that will open up a file called Untitled. If I click the name of the notebook here, I can give the notebook a name. I'm going to call it My First Notebook. Easy enough. And then once I've done that, everything else is just the Python that you have been learning by completing the REPL exercises. So for example, I can start off my notebook by importing the various libraries that we've learned about. So let's start by importing matplotlib. And then let's import numpy as well. Once I've written some commands in one of these cells, I press Shift and Enter, and that executes the cell. If there is an error, as there was there, it will tell me there's an error, and I can go back and fix it. And I press Shift and Enter again, and there's still an error because I can't spell. I still can't spell. And finally, we get it. The spelling's right. Okay? I can write code in these cells just as I would normally. So, for example, I might write in here if I use a show command for matplotlib, then it will show me what I plotted. If by contrast I want to keep the figure, I use savefig like you've been using in REPL, and that will allow me to save my graph. So if I do that, it shows it me here, but if I also go to that directory on my computer, so Documents, GAT Teaching, SOR1020 2020, you see I've got a file here called quadratic PNG, and that's that graph that I just created. One final thing with matplotlib, with Jupyter Notebook, which is rather nice, is you can create these markdown cells, and in this you can explain what you're doing. So for example, you can write it here. And then that appears as nice text so that you can keep track of the code that you've written. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So hopefully that should be enough to get you started with this system. Have fun and good luck.